James Madison, the father of the Constitution. James Madison was a small and wise man. Washington described him as just a withered little applejohn. But whatever Madison's charm flaws were, Dolly, his wife, made up for them with her warmth and joy. Madison, who was born in 1751, was raised in Orange County, Virginia, and went to Princeton University, then called the College of New Jersey. He was a leader in the Virginia Assembly, a history and government student, and a well-read lawyer who helped draft the Virginia Constitution in 1776. He also served in the Continental Congress. The 36-year-old Madison actively participated in the arguments when the participants to the Constitutional Convention met in Philadelphia. Madison, together with John Jay and Alexander Hamilton, wrote the Federalist Writings, which were a significant factor in the approval of the Constitution. Madison objected when he was later referred to as the father of the Constitution, saying that the document was not the offspring of a single brain, but the work of many heads and many hands. He worked in Congress to draft the Bill of Rights and pass the first tax law. The Republican, or Jeffersonian, Party was born out of his leadership in opposition to Hamilton's financial policies, which he believed would unfairly award riches and influence upon Northern financiers. Madison complained to warring France and Britain that their seizure of American ships was against international law while serving as President Jefferson's Secretary of State. John Randolph remarked angrily that the complaints were equivalent to a penny pamphlet flung against 800 ships of war. Madison won the presidency in 1808 despite the unpopular Embargo Act of 1807, which did not force warring nations to modify their ways but did result in a slump in the United States. The Embargo Act had been repealed before he was elected. During the first year of Madison's presidency, trade between the United States and both Britain and France was outlawed. However, in May 1810, Congress authorized trade between the two countries while instructing the president to impose trade restrictions on either country if it refused to recognize American claims to neutrality. Napoleon acted as though he agreed. Madison declared a ban on communication with Great Britain around the end of 1810. The Warhawks, a youthful faction in Congress that included John C. Calhoun and Henry Clay, pushed the president for a more aggressive stance. Madison succumbed to pressure due to the British impressment of American seamen and the confiscation of goods. He requested a war declaration from Congress on June 1, 1812. Because the new nation was unprepared for battle, its soldiers were severely trounced. The White House and the Capitol were set on fire once the British arrived in Washington. However, a few of noteworthy naval and military triumphs, capped off by General Andrew Jackson's victory at New Orleans, persuaded Americans that the War of 1812 had been a brilliant success. The outcome was a rise in American nationalism. The New England Federalists who had opposed the war and even discussed secession were widely despised to the point that federalism ceased to exist as a political force on a national scale. Madison spoke out against the disruptive states' rights tendencies that by the 1830s threatened to disintegrate the federal union while in retirement at Montpelier, his estate in Orange County, Virginia. A note was discovered after his death in 1836. The note read, "The advice nearest to my heart and deepest in my convictions is that the union of the states be cherished and perpetuated."